What if you could see through the facades people wear every day? Imagine having the power to truly connect with others, navigate life's social landscape with ease, and unlock doors to opportunities you never even knew existed. Empathy isn't just about understanding others. It's about transforming the way you interact with the world. As Robert Greene states in The Laws of Human Nature, we all naturally possess the most remarkable tool for connecting to people and attaining social power: empathy. By cultivating this superpower, you can enrich your relationships, foster trust, and gain an unparalleled ability to influence and connect. Here's how to harness the transformative power of empathy in 5 actionable steps. Close your eyes and imagine this, an app that reveals people's thoughts and feelings instantly. Think of the insight you'd gain. You'd understand motivations, diffuse conflicts, and connect with people on a nearly magical level. While no such app exists, empathy is the closest thing we have to this extraordinary ability. It's a skill you can sharpen, one that bridges the gap between people in profound ways. Let's explore how to cultivate this life-changing skill. Most of us spend our days trapped in the echo chambers of our own minds, preoccupied with work, relationships, and our own daily dramas. Even in conversations, it's common to think, how does this relate to me? Do they like me? What do they think of me? But here's the thing. True empathy begins when you stop centering yourself in conversations. Instead, challenge yourself to make every interaction about the other person. Treat every conversation as an adventure, a journey into someone else's life. Their thoughts, experiences, and worldview are like an unexplored landscape. Practical tip. For one day, try to approach every conversation with this mantra: the other person is more interesting than me. Listen deeply, not to respond, but to understand. A colleague once missed a major business opportunity because he was too focused on perfecting his own presentation during a meeting. He failed to notice that a potential partner was subtly hinting at collaboration. Had he shifted his focus outward, he might have spotted the opportunity and seized it. As Robert Greene explains in Mastery, too many people believe that everything must be pleasurable in life, which makes them constantly search for distractions and short-circuits the learning process. By shifting your focus outward, you'll unlock new layers of connection and discovery. Empathy isn't just about sympathizing with someone's struggles, it's about stepping into their shoes to feel what they feel. It's sensing the emotions beneath the surface and connecting in ways that are deeply meaningful. Practical tips to practice empathy. When someone seems upset, resist the urge to judge or assume. Ask yourself, what might they be going through? Feel their joy or pain as if it were your own. Use compassionate language. Phrases like, "That sounds really hard," or "I felt something similar before," can go a long way. I once found myself in a heated argument with a friend over something trivial. Initially, I assumed their frustration was directed at me, but when I paused and asked a few questions, I discovered they were dealing with a personal crisis unrelated to our conversation. That moment taught me a valuable lesson. Empathy can transform conflict into connection. As Greene notes in The Laws of Human Nature, feeling personally vulnerable and seeing the vulnerability of everyone else. People's normal sense of difference and privilege is melted away, and an uncommon generalized empathy emerges. Practicing empathy isn't just about improving conversations, it's about opening doors to trust, understanding, and deeper relationships. If you want to connect deeply with someone, tap into their emotional core. One of the most universal emotional triggers: childhood. Everyone has a deep connection to their early years, whether it's family traditions, favorite places, or life-shaping experiences. These memories are rich with emotions and meaning, and asking about them can unlock powerful connections. Questions to ask: what was it like growing up where you did? What's a memory from your childhood that really stands out? Who had the biggest influence on you as a kid? When they respond, let them be the star of the conversation. Resist the urge to interject with your own stories unless they truly enhance the dialogue. Follow up with curiosity to keep the conversation flowing. At a recent reunion, I asked an old friend about her childhood home. Her face lit up as she described the garden her family tended together. She shared stories of resilience, joy, and simplicity that deepened our connection in ways I didn't expect. As Robert Greene advises in Mastery, people love to talk about their childhood, right? And their successes, and but I found like childhood is the main thing. Asking the right questions shows genuine curiosity and builds a bridge to meaningful connection. Your brain has a secret weapon for building connections: mirror neurons. These neurons fire when you observe someone else's emotions or actions, allowing you to intuitively reflect and connect with them. How to leverage mirror neurons? Match their energy. If someone is excited, lean into their enthusiasm. If they're calm and reflective, adopt a similar tone. Validate their feelings. Acknowledge their emotions with responses like, "That must have been tough," or "I can imagine how that felt." Mirror their body language. Subtly reflect their posture, gestures, or tone of voice. At a networking event, I watched two strangers bond almost instantly. One mirrored the other's enthusiasm by leaning in, nodding, and reflecting their energy. By the end of the conversation, they had agreed to collaborate on a project. As Greene notes, in The Art of Seduction, mirroring people is a slightly manipulative trick, but it's very powerful. When used authentically, mirroring isn't manipulation, it's a way to build genuine rapport and trust. Before the advent of language, humans communicated through emotions, gestures, and instincts. These social instincts helped us thrive as a species, but modern distractions, smartphones, social media, constant multitasking, have pulled us away from them. Practical tips to rebuild social instincts. Observe people in everyday situations. Notice the cashier's mood or a fellow commuter's subtle expressions. Use your imagination. When you see someone, ask yourself, what challenges might they face? What joys might they have? Practice non-verbal empathy. Make eye contact, smile, or offer a small gesture of kindness. While waiting in line at a coffee shop, I struck up a conversation with the barista about the long wait. She shared how short-staffed they were that day. By empathizing with her frustration, we turned a mundane moment into a meaningful human connection. As Greene observes in The Laws of Human Nature, our continual connection to social media makes us prone to new forms of viral emotional effects. These are not media designed for calm reflection. Reconnecting with your instincts requires stepping away from distractions and tuning into the people around you. Loneliness and disconnection often stem from being too absorbed in ourselves. When you shift your focus outward, toward understanding and connecting with others, you'll not only strengthen your relationships, but also enrich your own life. Empathy isn't just a skill, it's a way of living. By practicing it daily, you'll navigate life with greater ease, unlock hidden opportunities, and build connections that truly matter. As Robert Greene writes in The Laws of Human Nature, the more we can create this visceral connection to people through our common mortality, the better we are able to handle human nature in all its varieties with tolerance and grace. So start today. Pause, listen deeply, ask thoughtful questions. Step into someone else's world and imagine what it's like to be them. When you master the art of empathy, you're not just understanding others, you're unlocking a superpower that can transform your life.